Hello, I'm Helen Higgins. Did I ever tell you about the young Zode who came to two signs at a fork in the road? One said to place 1 and the other place 2. So the Zode had to make up his mind what to do. Well, he scratched his head and his chin and his pants, and he said to himself, I'll be taking a chance if I go to place 1. That place may be hot. And how do I know if I like it or not? On the other hand, though, I'll be sort of a fool if I go to place 2 and find it too cool. In that case, I might catch a chill and turn blue. So maybe place 1 is the best, not place 2. But then again, what if place 1 is too high? I might catch a terrible earache and die. On the other hand, though, what might happen to me if place 2 is too low? I might get a terrible pain in my toe. So place 1 may be best. And he started to go. Then he stopped and he said, on the other hand, though, on the other hand, though. And so, for 36 hours and a half, that poor Zode made stops and made starts at the fork in the road, saying, don't take a chance, you might not be right. Then he got an idea that was wonderfully bright. Play safe, cried the Zode. Play safe. I'm no dunce. I'll simply start out for both places at once. And that's how the Zode, who would not take a chance, got no place at all, with a split in his pants. Indecision. It's a killer, isn't it? How many times in your life have you been faced with a decision you've had to make and you've found it very difficult? You've tossed up the ideas, you've gone backwards and forward, you've looked at all the pros and cons and you're still stuck. So what happens? We tend to turn to someone else and we say to them, what do you think? What do you think I should do? But the truth of the matter is they've got no better idea than you do. And now you've got 2 people who can't make a decision, who are tossing up all the pros and cons, and the chances are at the end of the day, you still won't have a decision. Back in 1908, Andrew Carnegie was one of the wealthiest men in the world, and he asked a very young, totally unknown reporter by the name of Napoleon Hill to study some of the wealthiest men in the world at that time. And Andrew Carnegie, the reason Andrew Carnegie asked him to do this was because Carnegie felt he had so much valuable information in his head, as did his business cohorts, the people in his business circle. They were all highly successful people, some of them extremely wealthy men. And Carnegie felt they would all go to their graves with all this information locked up in their heads. And he felt it was very important that this information was passed on to future generations. How did these men become so successful? And why did some men become extremely successful while others really struggled? Now, the successful men that Carnegie was talking about are names that we can all recognise. Henry Ford, Harvey Firestone, Thomas Edison, Theodore Roosevelt, Wilbur Wright, Alexander Graham Bell, John D. Rockefeller, and F.W. Woolworth. As I say, 100 years on, and we know those names. And at the same time that Napoleon Hill was studying these people, he also studied 25,000 men and women who were totally at the other end of the success spectrum. Everything that they had tried to do just didn't happen. And these people consider themselves as failures. And what Hill found was that one of the major things which distinguishes highly successful people from those who don't achieve that level of success is their ability to make decisions. He found highly successful people make decisions quickly and change them rarely, if and when they're changed at all, whereas unsuccessful people make decisions very slowly and change them frequently. In fact, he found that indecision was near the head of the list of the 30 major causes of failure. But how do we make decisions? Well, there are three things really that need to be considered, but the first and by far the most important, and some would say the only thing, is what would I love? Do I want it? Not would I quite like it? Is it just a passing fancy? Do I really, really want it? Are you prepared to walk over broken glass or hot coals in order to get it? If your answer is yes, then you know that's coming from the heart. And this is something, yes, you do truly, truly want. Great. The second thing to consider is don't let other people impinge on your thinking, because everyone's got an opinion. Social media, the neighbours, your family, friends, people you work with, everyone has an opinion. Opinions are cheap. But don't give away your decision-making process to anybody else. And the third thing is commitment. You must make a committed decision. Kevin Blanchard said, there's a difference between being interested in something and being committed. When we're interested, we do what's convenient. When we're committed, we accept no excuses, only results. So how committed are you? You know, at the end of the day, you have a perfectly good brain. You've got a wonderful mind of your own. Use it. Don't let anybody else talk you out of it. So to that end, don't talk too much to other people about what you're planning or what you want. Because other people, even people who love you very much, very well-meaning people, they'll want to put their 2 bobs worth in. They'll point out all the things that might go wrong, or what you might be sacrificing, or why this might not be a good time to be trying something. You are the highest authority on what's right for you. It's not what anybody else thinks that you should be wanting or doing or being or having. It's what do you think? What's important to you? And whatever is important to you, then if you make a totally committed decision and you back that commitment with total belief in yourself, then you and total expectation that this will happen, then it almost certainly will. So remember, do you really, really want it? Are you truly committed no matter what? And don't listen to other people's opinions. You've got a great mind. You've got a terrific brain. As Dr. Seuss once said, you've got brains in your head and feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You choose the direction and you go for it. I hope you find this helpful, and I will see you again next week on another video. Bye-bye.